Hi, and welcome to Indiecade 2022, Indiecade Horizons 2022. My name is Lindsay Grace, and I'm going to help us kick off this event. Welcome to Indiecade Horizons. My name is Lindsay Grace. I am this year's Horizons Chair, and I'm a professor, game designer, developer, artist, and author. I work at the University of Miami, where I'm a professor and Knight Chair in interactive media, focus on game design. Higher Education Video Game Alliance is one of the co-organizers for this event. If you're completely unfamiliar with HEVGA, it's basically a platform for higher education leaders that underscores the cultural, scientific, and economic importance of video game programs in colleges and universities. And it is, of course, organized as well by Indiecade. And if you're unfamiliar with Indiecade's mission, it's largely to support independent games as rich, diverse, artistic, and culturally significant media. So this is Indiecade Horizons, celebrating the next generation of game makers. And this is our second Indiecade Horizons conference. Hopefully you were able to be a part of the first. If not, welcome for the first time. And basically we're doing it in two parts this year. So April 9th is our conference and playtesting, which is what you're a part of now. And then on June 4th, we'll do a showcase. In short, this is an opportunity to celebrate your work and education. So as faculty, from as far as the University of California in Santa Cruz to Falmouth University in the UK, from Southern Florida at the University of Miami, over to New Zealand at University of Canterbury, and in between, like places like Bradley University in Peoria, Illinois, what we're doing is celebrating everyone's work as a community and a global community. So it's an opportunity also for you to connect with the wider games industry. So perhaps that's in an artistic perspective or it's a whimsical perspective. But ultimately, the goal here is to celebrate the work that everyone is doing across these institutions. So it's a version of an online festival, the kind of online worldwide variety show of indie games. So it's about featuring your academic work. And so we invite you to learn, laugh, and love the work that everyone around the world is creating in their educational programs. So we're here to celebrate the work you've done and the work you will do. So I encourage you to remain playful, to embrace play, and to keep making the kind of work that you do. It's also important to embrace the novelty of this kind of work and to bring something new to today. And speaking of today, I want to encourage you to have fun, to ask questions. We have a variety of ways for you to do that across Zoom and Discord, and also to remain open. Because a lot of people have worked to make this day work for you. And so I'd like to start by saying thank you to those people. So thank you to all the people who inspire us, the people who learn with us, and the people who persevered with us over the last few years. To the teachers and the peers, and the mentors, and our friends, we need to say thank you. In that spirit, I'd like to acknowledge our 2022 partners and sponsors. So USC Games, University of Miami, University of Canterbury, UCI, University of California, Irvine, and University of California, Santa Cruz are all premium partners who've provided an additional sponsorship level. Our other premium partners include American University, Bradley University, Falmouth University, and Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. We also have a variety of plus partners as shown here, from DePaul to Kent State, George Mason, Sheridan, University of Tulsa, and we have a variety of partners at the basic level and our partner level as shown on screen now. So we also have to acknowledge the nonprofit foundation, Knight Foundation, which has been providing grants in journalism, communities, and the arts for years. And I'd like to acknowledge the effort of our keynotes, which you're going to get some really great content from these folks in a few minutes. And our speakers who will be littering the program throughout the day and engaging you across a variety of topics. And finally, to our organizers, Jonathan Elmer Green, Andy Phelps, Parker Mann, and Stephanie Barish, who have been working behind the screen and behind the scenes to make this event go off without a hitch. So thank you to all our staff and volunteers as well, too many to offer here, but we thank you and acknowledge you on the website. So let's celebrate games and education. And before we do that, I have some big news I'd like to share. Our grand challenge is now being announced. So evidently there is no planet B for us. There is only the climate and world in which we exist. And so Climate Jam is an opportunity, of course, to investigate interesting things that games can do around helping us understand climate change. And so what we're doing is we're announcing a grand challenge that'll coincide with the Climate Game Jam, which starts on April 22nd. And this grand challenge is to create games that explain, explore misinformation in climate change. So what do people understand, or how are they misunderstanding the way that climate change works? And so as part of our Climate Jam, the Indiecade Climate Jam, we're encouraging people to make games on misinformation and climate change. And so these might be news games, they might be traditional social impact games, they might even be educational games, or they could be whimsical experiments. But ultimately, what we're trying to do is encourage people as part of our grand challenge to directly address a social, psychological, or educational goal related to the spread of misinformation on climate change. So this grand challenge selections will be featured in our June 4th Indiecade Horizons showcase. They'll also be promoted via HEVGA's social media network and other networks that we have access to, and they will be eligible for additional funding. You can find more information about this grand challenge on the Indiecade website and on the Climate Jam website. And of course, this opportunity was made possible by the Knight Foundation. So as we start to embrace and embark on Indiecade Horizons and think about potentially participating in Climate Jam, I'd just like to say, get ready, get psyched, get ready to encourage players to smile, get excited about the experiences we create, encouraging the use of games to get people excited, or cry, or cringe when they play, or giggle, or simply connect. And so remember that games are an awesome opportunity to address complex problems, and get ready to engage in Indiecade Horizons 2022. We hope you enjoy the program. Enjoy.